Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday morning, July 12th. I started to do an update yesterday and got waylaid. So if you didn't watch yesterday's video, I'll give you a little bit of update. There has been a lot of stuff that has happened in the last 48 hours. I'm probably going to forget part of it because literally has been a lot. So yesterday morning when I was getting ready to do this original, I had gotten two messages from people at work and an SOS that apparently there was a water line that broke in the office building that I work at on the first floor in the concrete. And it started apparently like the night before after hours, because a lot of the guys that were in the office yesterday said they had been working on this since like 1. So the call or the emergency must have happened at 1 o'clock at night. And a lot of these restoration people had been working through the night, cleaning up the water. The pip printing next door, they said the floor was covered in mud and a lot of that water seeped over into our office. In our big conference room, it was completely wet. Part of the storage room in the back, part of Randy's office in the back. Fortunately, the area where we all, where our computers and everything did not get affected, and we still had 2 closing rooms that were available. So yesterday did not start off the way I had intended. What happened the day before? So at the moment, I am waiting for funds to transfer over to my bank account so I can get over and pay the security deposit. The plan is right now, I think everything will be ready for me to do, and I'm probably going to take off an hour early today and try to get over there and do that, unless something else chaotic happens. And, it's like sometimes it seems like these days you make a plan for what your day is going to look like, and the universe has thrown something else in your face, and so you just have to put fires out. I don't know if anybody else is experiencing that intensity or if it's just in my world, but I think it's a lot of people, because a lot of people were affected by that office situation in those building offices in there, and all the people that were working on it. So they were dealing with chaos all day. I also want to share a message that I got yesterday that I think is kind of cool. I did a past life reading. I think it was around winter, because I think it got canceled the first time because we had some extreme cold. And so she ended up coming like a week or 2 later, and she drove here from like way south of where I am at, probably a good hour to get to me. And we had a really good past life session. There were lots of animals involved in her past life session. So she sent me a message yesterday, and she asked me if I did past life readings on animals. And I was like, well, I haven't yet. What did you have in mind? So she proceeds to tell me that yesterday a dog showed up in their backyard, and they have a 6-foot fence, and she said there's no way this dog got in underneath the fence. And she said she was calling it Honey, but I kept hearing Angel. And she said her 3-year-old said somebody helped put her over or whatever. So I don't know if this 3-year-old saw something, knows something. The mystery is, how did this dog get over the fence? So I said, well, let me think about it. Let me see what my guides say. I'm not saying I can't do one on a dog, but I'm not saying I can, because I haven't necessarily done that. Just like when I did 2 people in my living room, I said, I'm not saying I can't do it. I'm not saying I can. I just haven't tried it yet. So anyway, I kind of thought about it a little bit, and then I was like, are you pregnant? And she comes back later and she goes, we are waiting to hear if I am pregnant right now. And so I said, I feel like that dog and this potential baby that you have in your belly know each other from a past life. See, I mean, getting goosebumps just talking about it. I feel like they had a past life together, and that dog is there to welcome this new baby into the world and make sure that they reconnect. So again, goosebumps everywhere. That is so crazy. So I thought about it last night about how I wanted to approach this, and I said, you need to decide. I said, because I feel like this past life reading that I would be doing is going to be about your future baby and this dog and the life that they had together. So you need to decide if you want to know information about your child coming in. Also, when do you want to know it? Do you want to know it before you give birth? Do you want to know it after you give birth? You need to think about those kind of questions, because the information that could come through, you need to think about, are you ready to hear that or whatever? And she's like, oh my God, that's a really good point. So I kind of sent her off to think about that and ponder that, because when they bring stuff in for me, they bring it all through and I tell what's coming through. So I want to make sure she's ready for anything that comes in. And so that was going on yesterday, along with all the stuff that was going on in the office. And literally what I intended to do yesterday morning was do cards for you. So I am going to do some cards, but I wanted to catch you up on that. And I also will say, I don't know how you guys are all feeling, but when I got up this morning, I noticed I have it set up when solar storms and sunspots and different things are coming in. There were notices that came in all throughout the night. So I don't know if that affected anybody. It may cause a lot of people not to be feeling good. Therefore, I'm going to give you this reminder one more time. Very, very important to stay grounded, drink your water, get your good night's sleep at night, because if you do not, and you have a day like I had on Sunday, or you have a day like I had yesterday, and you didn't get good sleep, you didn't get grounded, you haven't been eating well, it just makes the day worse. So be prepared, have yourself physically and mentally prepared for these emergencies that keep coming in. One of the gals at my office yesterday, because I asked her, I was like, is there something going on? I was having trouble getting a hold of the people at the apartment complex that I'm going to, and I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, because if they had a day like I had yesterday, you know, computers and phones at my office, if Comcast decides to go out, we can't do much of anything at my office. We ended up changing to AT&T because Comcast was such a nightmare. If they still have an internet connection and all of that stuff tied together over there, all that has to do is just go down with no fault of theirs. And this happens anywhere, and they're just like out of commission the whole day. So I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, knowing that I have experienced that in my office as much. So anyway, the girl at the office said she had watched a video the other day that something was supposed to be happening on the 11th, which was yesterday. I don't know what it is. I'm not sure. But again, we are getting closer to July 17th, and July 2017 through the 23rd is when that, I think it's a grand trine or a square, when the north node and the south node are at 29 degrees, and a couple of other things are at 29 degrees. And so this is going to be a very destined time. And I feel like the energy is like speeding up as we get closer and closer to that time. I mean, I feel that energetically. I don't know if you guys are feeling that or not, or if your life is just like all peaceful, you know, whatever. Good for you if that's the case. So let's do a few cards here. Oh crap, I forgot my other cards. Oh, sorry. Hang on a second here. I will be right back. I had these out yesterday, ready to do my reading, and then I forgot I did a little mini reading on myself last night and didn't bring the cards. My light seer cards. I really like these. They're awesomeness. So anyway, let's just see if we can kind of gauge what's going on in the energy. I'm going to say from today for the next 7 days, as we lead up to this intense destined time that is coming, can you please, oh, there's one. Can you please give us an idea of what is going to happen from now to the next 7 days for the collective with all of this energy that is coming through? Oh God, we got the World card again. That came out, that has been coming out a lot. So that one wants to be out. Oh gosh, okay. So I have 3 cards out, and I have 3 major arcana cards out right now. We got big shit coming, you guys. Seriously, holy crap. Okay, and I guess that's what's so exciting, is because I feel that, and I know that there are big, big things coming for everybody. And that's why I want everybody to be as prepared as possible, mentally and physically, because like I said, the last few days have been utter chaos, and I have been ready for it because I am, staying grounded, and I'm doing my meditations, and I am trying to keep my vibrations high. So, okay, tell me more about what we can expect for the next 7 days starting today. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff that just came out, so let's just take it. Okay, so I have 2, 4, 6, I have 7 cards out. I have the Moon in reverse, the World, the Hierophant in reverse, the Empress in reverse, 9 of Cups in reverse, the Sun upright. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana cards out of 7. That is major life events, and this is for the collective. So, but the Sun card is in the upright, so that's good. All right, so the first thing that I got with the Moon in the reverse position, I feel like that was the first thing that I heard from that was secrets coming out, and okay, so the Hierophant is generally like kind of like higher up religion, perhaps the government, people, authority figures, and it's in reverse. So I feel, okay, sorry, I keep getting off on tangents because it's coming in so fast. There's going to be some secrets coming out that's going to change our world, put an ending to some stuff, and I feel like it's about authority figures, perhaps religious figures. That's not so good. So it's some of that stuff that we have been waiting for a very, very, very long time. Now, the Empress card in reverse, what would that mean? Let me do a clarification on that. Why is the Empress card in reverse? Why is the Empress card? Clarify the Empress card in reverse. Why is the Empress card in reverse? Queen of Pentacles. So it must have something to do with some money as well. So I feel like it's making the feminine energy sad. Something that comes out is going to make the feminine energy sad, and it has something to do with money. What I feel like I'm getting is that there might have been an instance where the feminine energy supported something, thought it was something good, thought they were doing something good, giving money to a charity, giving money to a certain organization, giving money to a, whatever, and then finding out that it was part of this authority figures that was not good, part of the secrets and everything. So I feel like there's going to be some sadness around that. The 9 of Cups came up in reverse. What's the clarification for that? Queen of Cups. Again, it feels like it's just another indication of whatever some of this information that comes out is going to be sad. It's going to make some people grieve. I guess that's what I keep getting. Once they get through that grieving thing, it feels like there's going to be several things of information rolling out. So emotions over the next week, which I've got my emotions card, so I'm going to pull those. Emotions over the next week feel like they're going to be up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down, kind of like mine have been for the last 3 days. But once they kind of get through that up and down and up and down, the sun is in the upright, and that means that we're going to be able to move forward. It's going to be a happy ending, and the Knight of Wands is out, so it feels like kind of like fast forward communication, movement, kind of like, okay, now we've got everything out of the way here. Now we can move forward. So let's just see what kind of emotions. I want to see what kind of emotions are we all dealing with in the next week. What kind of emotions will we be dealing with in the next week? I would be surprised if it didn't come up and down, back and forth, but let's just see. What kind of emotions are we going to be dealing with in the collective? Well, they just threw out a bunch. So, all right. So first we're going to feel hopeless. Then we're going to feel comforted. Then we're going to be bored, because it's going to be like going, oh my God, I've already heard this before. Then it's going to be some disgust. So there'll be more information that maybe we've never heard before, or it's intensified some of the stuff that we have heard, and it's going to be like more disgust from people that maybe don't already know what's going on. And then the compassionate card. So this kind of makes me think that we as light workers, new earth workers, those of us who are here to help bring everything in from old to new earth, I have a feeling that we might have some of our family, co-workers, people in our life that are going to be going through these emotions, and we need to be compassionate towards what they are feeling. They are not going to be as prepared as we are. So just keep that in mind. Let's do, let's do this. What's some of the learning lessons that we are going to have in the next week? So what's some of the stuff that we are going to be learning and to be on the lookout for? So let's just pretend for a second. The universe, victim mentality. So that some of us could get triggered by that word, victim. So I feel like the universe, part of this whole thing that is coming in is the universe is trying to heal certain things. So there's a lot of people in the world that feel like they are victims. This happened to me. Oh, poor me. Oh my God, this is the worst thing, blah, blah, blah. So that is part of the thing that's trying to be healed. So what else is the universe bringing out that is trying to get us healed from over the next week that we need to just be super conscious of? What else do we need to be conscious of? Gossip. So that would be not spreading things that you don't know are fact. So if there's a lot of stuff coming out, that could be one of those, water cooler conversations about, I heard this and I heard this and I heard this and I heard this. Just be careful about talking about things that you do not have 100% knowledge about, because just because this truther said it doesn't mean that it's true. So just be careful about that. I think we all need to be really careful about that. What else is the universe trying to get us? Abundance, healing our lack of abundance mentality. I also noticed these are green, which is the heart chakra. So there's some heart stuff coming out in the next week or whatever. What else is the universe wanting us to heal? Vanity. I feel like this is like ego stuff. So there could be, the first thing that popped into my head is like, your electric or your water could go off and you can't take a shower to go to work. So you have to go to work with bedhead because you didn't have the ability to do your normal morning routine. And so you're going to have to suck it up and not worry about what other people think of you because of circumstances that might have happened at home. I want one more for this. What is the universe trying to heal in us in the next week? What is the universe trying to heal for us in the next week? What is the universe trying to heal for us in the next week? 2. Okay. Completion. I like that. So something's going to be completion. That goes along with the World card. And acceptance. Okay, so let me think. How is there something specific about that? Completion. So something's coming to an ending. Well, I guess it would be just like we will have to accept that one way of life is over and there's a new way of life coming in, which makes sense, I guess, with the energy that is coming in. And since the World card keeps coming up, it certainly makes me think something big is coming to an end when I have 5 major arcana cards out of 7. Oh, God, you guys, this is exciting. Okay. Let me do one more pull here. These are the Soul's Journey cards. So, and you know what's the funny is I just saw the acceptance card on the bottom of that. And since I can't see that, unsee that, I'm going to pull that. This says, I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. So there's going to be some stuff that might uproot your world in the next week or so, or uproot, well, it's probably everybody. Something's going to affect everybody. And just accept that there are changes or whatever. So, okay, what else? Give us anything else that the universe would like for us to know about the next week that we should just be aware of. What else would they like us to know? I feel like that one's wanting to come out. What else do we need to be aware of for the next few days? What else do we need to be aware of? Okay. Trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. Another abundance card. Okay. I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. So we have 2 abundance cards that came out and we have 2 acceptance cards that came out. So, it's going to be a busy week. Hold on to your britches, guys. Get your sleep in. Make sure you're eating right. Stay grounded. And I would get as much off of your plate as possible because it sounds like we are going to be needed in whatever is getting ready to happen. So, have a great day. I will talk to you later, and I will keep you updated as certain things happen. And see ya. Bye.